Molweni Dumelang, welcome again at the Stokvel Academy, where we are continuing to search and share information that will make us prosperous Stokvel members. My question today is, are Stokvels money smart? Might be saying, what a dumb question. Don't we know that Stokvels are about money, nothing else but money? Don't we all know that there's about 50 billion rands that circulates within Stokvels? Of course I know that. But my concern is, are we really smart? Or money smart as Stokvels people? It's one thing that we accumulate this money, we circulate throughout the year, but are we money smart? Maybe another question that will make you think about our money smartness. Did we know that the 22nd of March up to the 28th March 2021 is dedicated to money smart? What I mean by that, it's a global initiative that actually focuses on sensitizing the community about being smart with their money. So we as the Stokvel community, I know we can boast and say, yes, we own businesses as Stokvel people, all those fancy things, property, investment and all that. That's great. But it doesn't end up there. Are we money smart as individual Stokvel members? Just to share with you my personal Stokvel journey. I've been a member of a Stokvel since 1981. And one of the Stokvels that I belong to, I joined in 1992. You must be thinking that these gogos are money smart. You will be surprised to discover that some of us are not as smart as we should be. For example, let me stop talking about other people. Let me talk about Busi. The good and the bad things that she's done as a Stokvel member. Ever since I joined this Stokvel, I do not remember one single day where we actually invited a financial expert to come and advise us, not to sell something to us, because it's one thing to get someone to come and sell, say, an insurance policy as an example, okay? And because of that, I'm sitting here working in one of my businesses with a heavy heart. Why I'm saying that, having worked for almost 30 years, I still have to wake up and go to work. Besides the fact that I love my work, but I have to go to work. And the reason being that I did not make sufficient retirement planning for myself. That's a fact. And I wonder how many Stokvel people can own up to that. We all boast that I've done this, I've upgraded my houses through my Stokvel money. That's fine, that's cool. I've traveled with my Stokvel members, that's great. We've bought shares here and there as a Stokvel group, that is fine. But the point I'm making is, are we money smart as individual Stokvel members? Talking about myself, I don't think the 40 years or so that I've spent in the Stokvel community or being a Stokvel member taught me this one important aspect of money smartness, which is retirement planning. Someone might say, you, Busi, don't come and bed in our Stokvels about your problems of not being money smart. But why should we belong to Stokvel? For me, Stokvels are there to develop us holistically as individuals. That is why I'm actually having this discussion today about being money smart as a Stokvel member. We spend a lot of our time, at least once a month, planning, attending Stokvel meetings. And surely we need to derive more from our Stokvel organizations. And the Stokvels themselves, Stokvel organizations, should also make it their business to make sure that the individual members are empowered with information. Which is why when I saw on TV headlines saying Money Smart Week, I said, oh my good gracious, this would be an interesting topic to discuss with my Stokvel community. So my message is, especially the younger generation out there, you may be feeling that, no man, come on, what does retirement have to do with me? I'm still 30 years. Remember I said to you, I joined my Stokvel 40 years ago. I was in your 30s, believe it or not. I never thought that I would be sitting here today at age 64, still have to wake up and go to work. It's one thing that you go to work because you love going to work. But if you have to go to work because, kunzima izinto azihlangani, you can't just, get off that treadmill and say, I'm done now. I'm not done yet, Yeah, so let us embrace the money smartness initiatives. It doesn't have to be only an event like the 22nd March to the 28th of March 2021. Let it be part of our lives. What I don't like about these events, 1 week event, after the 28th of March, we all go back to our normal life. So my challenge to you, fellow Stokvel members or Stokvel communities, that let us include money smart topics or ideas in our agenda as we search, as we explore for these big opportunities that I know we're all dying for. But let us try and make it our business to try and learn, even if it's one small simple thing. And if you can do that, I can assure you, my figure is 30 years, you will be actually a real smart or money smart Stokvel. That's what we need to aspire for as a Stokvel community, to be money smart in a complete holistic way. And if you haven't started, this is the time. They say kinako to start preparing yourself to be a retired Stokvel member who is money smart. Because retirement, it is gonna come, whether you are in business or not. I was reading an article the other day about one of my favorite business icons, Raymond Ackerman. And I'm mentioning this because I know Stokvel people are itching to actually go into business. Raymond is age 90 now. Now he's retired. You can imagine if he was highly stressed about the fact that he can't retire and enjoy, all the fruits that he should have planted in starting a business. So you might think, Pick and Pay is very big and all that. Why are we talking about business in Stokvels? We want to be big, but are we going to be able to retire and let those businesses work for us, not us working for the business? So if you become money smart as a Stokvel member, you will be able to lead or to live a balanced life as a business person, as an individual, as a father, as a mother, as a brother, as a cousin, or whatever. Your life would be balanced. So don't despair, don't lose hope if you haven't started. There's still time to learn by continuing following us on our full Facebook and subscribing on our YouTube. And I can promise you will remain a money smart Stokvel member. Thank you. See you next time.